And we are finally live on YouTube live stream for Stony Brook baseball action. Sorry for the technical difficulties, ladies and gentlemen, but we are officially live from Joe Nathan Field as the Stony Brook Seawolves and the UMBC Retrievers entered the bottom of the first inning. After the Retrievers got a run on the board, thanks to a sacrifice fly, Evan Giordano up to bat against the Seawolves. For the Seawolves in the first pitch, fastball in the outside corner for a called strike. So a sacrifice fly from UMBC in the top of the first has given them the early lead as the 0-1 goes down low for ball one. The 1-1 fouls it away, out of play, 1-2. And he'll ground this one over to third, picked up and thrown over to first in time for the first out. Go down to 5-3, one away.
Number 3, Chris Hamilton.
So for Stony Brook, they're coming off of a series win at UMass-Lowell against the Riverhawks, where it featured their first conference loss of the season. But that didn't stop them from taking 3 of 4 against the Riverhawks to still have the best record in conference play as Chris Hamilton comes up to bat. The first pitch to Hamilton, a fastball down low for ball one. The 1-0, fouled away along the right field line, 1-1. Chris Hamilton, one of the most experienced players on the team this year. Part of that series win last weekend against UMass-Lowell. The 1-1, fastball up high, out of the hands of the catcher, 2-1. Sacrifice fly from UMBC back in the top of the first was thanks to Celio after it brought in Roberts. Now the 2-1, and the fastball in the outside corner, called strike, 2-2. Zachary down was last up to bat for the Seawolves. He grounded out to third. And the 2-2 from Reed, and the grounded over to the second baseman, and picked up cleanly to throw over to first in time for another ground out and another out. 4-3 on that play, and now John Tuccillo will come up to bat. Tuccillo averaging .247 this year, comes in with 22 games played, his 89 at-bats has brought in 22 hits, and has a home run so far along with 16 RBIs. Sam Turcotte had a rough top of the first inning, but he was able to limit it to just 1 run. In the first pitch, and says, hit on the pitcher, but he's able to pick it up in time and to throw over the first as he's able to get the out and retire the side. A clean 1-2-3 inning for Reed Salada as the Retrievers prevent a hit after it almost looked like Tuccillo had a chance. But that out will go down as a 1-3, and it will take us to the top of the second inning. So all 3 of those outs for UMBC that they're able to force just before were all ground outs that eventually the first baseman in Christian Torres was able to catch. So we didn't really have any chances. As I said, we had technical difficulties early before, but we are cleanly ready to continue on with the action. Stony Brook and UMBC playing each other for the first time this season here at Joe Nathan Field. As the Seawolves, they're coming off of their series win at UMass-Lowell against the Riverhawks. Stony Brook is currently 15-8 overall, 11-1 in conference play. While for the Retrievers, they come in trying to put a little hope into their side as they're currently 7-8 in conference play. Perhaps the only team right now in the conference that's close to Stony Brook is one of the only other teams that has an above 500 record, which is the Maine Black Bears. Stony Brook and Maine were supposed to play each other the weekend of March 20th, but they were unable to do so as Maine had COVID problems. So now we head to the bottom of a second. Christian Maceda is up to bat. Christian Maceda didn't have a chance to play last year in the shortened season. And so far this year, he is averaging .296 in 13 games played. And the first pitch is fastball down low for ball one. Masida plays at right field. The 1-0. The curveball down the middle for a called strike, 1-1. Masida plays with the number 7 hitter on the team. Brought in 8 hits and 7 runs so far this year. The 1-1, and he taps the ball and goes behind him for a foul, 1-2. For Christian Masida, the last time he played, this is actually probably his first official season playing in college. The 1-2, the curveball got him looking. That's the first strikeout of the day for Sam Turcotte, 1 away. After Turcotte had a little bit of problems in the top of the first inning, after the first pitch of the game was a ground out on Easley. It followed through with a double for Roberts, a walk for Diaz, along with Torres, and Cecilio getting the sacrifice fly. And the first pitch to Brian Trithel is a called strike. The 0-1, the fastball in the outside corner for a called strike, 0-2. So Turcotte trying to regain a little momentum. UMBC getting that hit in the top of the first. The only hit so far. The 0-2 is a swing and a miss. Strike 3 called. And quickly 2 strikeouts for Sam Turcotte with 2 away. Now we head to the bottom of the batting order. Jack Ryan is up to bat. Jack Ryan averaging .333 this year. First pitch is a fastball in the outside corner for ball 1. Easley will be up next, who grounded out to third in the first pitch of the game his last time up. Turcotte trying to deal against Ryan. The 1-0 is a fastball up high for strike 1. Stayed inside the strike zone. Ryan responsible for having a home run this year, along with 5 RBIs. The 1-1, the curveball down the middle for a called strike, 1-2. Turcotte starting to deal with some nasty pitches that's been confusing the Retrievers batters here in the bottom, on top of the second. And the 1-2 goes over the hit, and it goes over the second baseman. That will fall for a base hit for Ryan. So after it looked like Sam Turcotte was going to get out of this inning very quickly, Ryan keeps him at the mound for a little while longer. So Easley back up to bat. And as I said before, grounded to third his last time up. The first pitch to Easley, a high curveball almost over the helmet of Easley for ball 1. For Easley, he is averaging .299 this year with 3 home runs scored. Turcotte tried to pick off Ryan at first, but to no avail. Easley, a transfer from Patrick Henry Community College, was named Patriot of the Year last season. And the 1-0 check swing did not go around, ball 2. Easley able to keep himself in composure at the last second. The 2-0, and he grounds this one over to the shortstop. It's picked up, and the throw over to first in time, and that will retire the side. 1 hit allowed by Sam Turcotte, but things go clear for him here in the top of the second as opposed to the last inning, and we will head to the bottom of the second with UMBC leading 1-0. So this is game 1 of a doubleheader in today's matchup between the Seawolves and the Retrievers. Game 1 features 7 innings. The second will feature 9 innings. And for game 2, we will be on the air on 90.1 FM WSB Stony Brook after the conclusion of game 1. So in the bottom of the first inning, Stony Brook went down 1, 2, and 3 after some excellent pitching from Reed Solana, not allowing a hit. Reed Solana throwing right, a junior from Virginia Beach, Virginia, went to Atlantic Shores Christian High School. This is his 5th start of the season as he currently has a 3-2 record so far this year. Has pitched 25 innings, so will actually now make it 26. Currently has an ERA of down to 3.96 as it stands right now. But we will get going with the live stats as since we came on the air pretty late. We will be ready now to get ourselves back with keeping up with the stats. So Stony Brook going down in order. We'll look to try and start getting some more hits. Giordano, Hamilton, and Tuchil going down in order, all grounded out along the left side that went over to the first baseman. So Shane Paradine is coming up next. Paradigm and Tuchillo both in the starting lineup today. They both play catcher, but it's Tuchillo that gets the actual catching role today from Sam Turcotte. As Shane Paradigm comes up to bat. Paradigm, the sophomore, averaging .242 this year. He has made 16 hits, 13 runs, and has 14 RBIs. Reads a lot with only 10 pitches thrown in the top of the first. The first pitch to Paradigm is a curveball in the outside corner for ball 1. The 1-0. Curveball on the inside got him looking. Strike 1. The 1-1. The fastball in the inside corner for ball 2. Stony Brook still looking to try and get their first hit of the game. UMBC already has 2 with 1 run in. The 2-1. And the curveball on the inside almost got Paradigm, but he gets away. Ball 3. Count now at 3-1. Paradigm looking to try and force a walk in his first at-bat of the game. The 3-1, and the fastball, this time it's on the outside corner, and it's a called strike. Counts now full. Here's the full count, and he grounds this one along the left field line, and that's going to go foul. It almost stayed fair for a little while and almost got around the third baseman on that one, which was Roberts, who did collect the ball. Actually, no, he didn't collect the ball in the last inning. The full count again, and he grounds this one over cleanly to first. It's picked up easily by Torres, and he'll get the unassisted ground out.
The left fielder, number 7, Evan Fox.
Well, I think Paradigm will have hoped for a little more speed right there because it was all on Roberts Torres, actually, to make the catch. So that'll be out number 1, and now Evan Fox will come up. Evan Fox in his freshman season has been looking pretty stud so far this year. In the first pitch, fastball down low for called strike, 0-1. Here's the 0-1, and he grounds this one over to the shortstop, and the throw over the first in time. There's another out, 6-3. It's picked up by Charlton.
The center fielder, number 4, John
For out number 2.
LaRocca.
So now John LaRocca is coming up to bat. John LaRocca, the senior, in his first season with the team, is averaging .324. It's second best on the team. First pitch is fastball down the middle for a called strike, 0-1. John LaRocca from Plainview went to New York Tech. The 0-1. The fastball on the outside corner for a called strike, 0-2. Reed Salada already looking pretty good so far with no hits allowed, and he grounds this one over to the second baseman. It's throw over the first in time, and it's another 1-2-3 inning for Reed Salada. And that will end the second inning. No hits allowed yet by the Retrievers, and we will head now to the third inning where UMBC maintains their 1-0 lead.
Leading off for the Retrievers, the shortstop, number 13, Drew Roberts.
So now we head to the top of the third inning with UMBC up by 1. Roberts is up to bat. He doubled over to right field his last time up, got to third on the wild pitch, and got home on a sacrifice fly. The first pitch, curveball in the inside corner for a called strike, 0-1. Now the 0-1. Fouls this one away along the right field line out of play. 1-1. 0-2. Well, for both teams, they gotta be careful that when they are at bat, they want to go over to University Field because the softball team could still be practicing. The 0-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3 called. And that will retire Roberts for the 3rd strikeout for Turcotte today. So now Ian Diaz is up to bat. Walked to first his last time up, stole over to second. Ian Diaz, one of the most lethal hitters for the Retrievers on the team, wearing number 28 and out at left field today. The first pitch to Diaz. He'll foul it behind him, goes out of play, and over the left side of University Field, 0-1. Ian Diaz is a transfer from Lackawanna College, won an Inter-AC championship in 2016 at Springdale. The 0-1, and the curveball down low for ball 1. Ian Diaz, as I say, he is lethal, averages .406 this year with 3 home runs. The 1-1. He grounds it over the open hole to right field for a base hit. Diaz able to get his first hit of the game. Nobody there, not even Brett Paulson, to try and pick it up. He went opposite that time since he is a righty. So with that, we have a man on first, and that will bring up Torres, who walked his last time up. He was on a full count pitch. Turcotte looking good with the strikeouts, but needs to get better with allowing not many hits. 3 has already been allowed in the first 3 innings. The first pitch to Torres is up high in the fastball, ball 1. In a pickoff attempt, Turcotte tried to get over to Hamilton at first to pick off Diaz, but to no avail. The 1-0, a curveball on the outside for a called strike, 0-1. 1-1. Tried to get another pickoff to Diaz, trying to see whether or not he'll try and steal base. He does have 5 stolen bases this year, so Turcotte will be wise to see whether or not he'll try something. The 1-1, this ball is fouled out of play along the left field line and outside Joe Nathan Field. And with the clouds, there will be no telling where the ball will be. 1-2 now. Here's the 1-2, and the curveball down low for ball 2. Almost looked like something he would have swung at, but Torres knew better. Tried to pick it off for the 3rd time to Diaz, and he'll once again be safe. Last season, Torres played in all 13 games of 2020 in the infield with 13 hits and 10 extra base hits. The 2-2, and he hits this one out to left field along the left field line. Is this playable? No, it'll be a foul ball. His count remains at 2-2. Torres averaging .273 this year with 2 home runs in the 20 games that he has played. Torres sticking around at the plate. The 2-2, and a curveball down low for ball 3. After Christian, Michael Salillo up to bat, who hit into his sacrifice fly his last time up. The full count pitch, and a throw over to first. It'll be a double play opportunity. A throw over to second. The throw over to first in time. It's a 4-6-3 double play, and that will retire the side. A huge play after it looked like Torres was going to start playing with Turcotte for a little while, but after Diaz got the only hit at the top of the 3rd, that'll force us into the bottom of the 3rd. Nice little action by Brett Paulson. Was able to find his way over to Lettner and find Hamilton in time, being able to take out both Diaz and Torres. Such an amazing double play that you don't really see too much from Stony Brook. But because of how UMBC already has an early lead, that's the best thing that the Seawolves could have hoped for. They're going to look to try and stay in this game.
number 14, Greg Thompson.
And that's our cue to begin the bottom of the third inning here at Joe Nathan Field. Zach Wilson on the call, giving you Stony Brook baseball action. Seawolves hosting Retrievers. UMBC up early 1-0 off a sacrifice fly. And Brett Paulson is now up to bat. First pitch. Paulson immediately looked like he was going to go for a bunt, but it didn't even hit the bat. It goes down low for ball 1. The 1-0. The fastball down the middle for a called strike, 1-1. Paulson, Durkin, and Lettner leading off the bottom of the third for the Seawolves. The 1-1. The fastball down the middle again for another called strike, 1-2. Reed's having himself quite the start to this game. Stony Brook looking to try and get a hit off of him. The 1-2. And the fastball got him looking. And Reed able to capture his first strikeout of the game with 1 out.
The right fielder, number 8, Cole Durkin.
So now Durkin is now up to bat for the Seawolves. Stony Brook still looking for that hit that would probably give him a little momentum. They're still trailing 1-0, but still we're nearly halfway already. And Durkin's first pitch is a foul ball the other way, going all the way behind us. They went all the way far enough that they didn't have a chance of hitting us. Here's the 0-1, the curveball, and he fouls it behind him, 0-2. Cole Durkin with the 200 average so far this year. The 0-2, this one goes down in the ground, and Durkin does not even take a crack at it. It's a ball 1. Cole Durkin, when he last played for the Seawolves against UMass-Lowell, he started with 3 at-bats, no hits, and a swing and a miss. And it goes behind the catcher almost. And it is a strikeout. It was picked up by Ryan, so there was no need to throw over the first. So it's another strikeout for Reed, 2 away. As we now head to the bottom of the batting order, we got Shane Lettner up to bat. Lettner playing at shortstop today for the Seawolves. The first pitch, he thought about a bunt, but that one goes down low for ball 1. Stanton Lettner is the name. The 1-0, 2-0. Ball goes down the dirt again. Not even a base runner yet for Stony Brook today. The 2-0, 3-0. Down low and outside the corner. And already, Reed is behind. He has yet to allow anybody on base today. The 3-0, the ball down the middle for a called strike, 3-1. It's that cardinal rule. We're on a 3-0. You don't ever take a crack at swinging it. The 3-1, the fastball down the middle for a called strike. Now the count's already full. Here's the pitch, and he hits this one deep out to left field. That one's going along the warning track at the wall, and it's gone! Stanton Lettner able to tie the game up at 1, breaks the bleeding of the first 3 innings for the Seawolves, and it's 1-1. Stanton Lettner going far deep and being able to get the Seawolves out of a nasty hole. And we got ourselves some ball game. And Lettner, he was really forcing Ian Diaz to try and chase that ball, but there was no chance for him, not even in the clouds. And Evergio down up the bat. First pitch is a foul behind him. 1-0. If you really want to bring the thunder, that's one thunder you ought to take a look at the most. For Stanton Lettner, that is his first home run of the season as the 0-1 goes down low for 1-1. We return to the top of the batting order with Evan Giordano, grounded out to third his last time up. The 1-1, swing and a miss, strike 2. Right now it doesn't look like it's Evan Giordano that's the big wig, but right now it's Stanton Lettner that's really going to make this look really fun as the 1-2 goes down low for ball 2. Well, everything looked like it was going so fine for Reed Salada until that moment. Matt Sink proud of that, the head coach for the Seawolves. Now the 2-2 from Salada, and it's another curveball down the dirt for ball 3. Count now full. Gio down, the best hitter on the team. Full count pitch, and the curveball down low for ball 4. And that's already the second base runner for the Seawolves today as Evan Gio down gets up to first.
Hamilton.
Let's go, Chris.
It's now Chris Hamilton, who grounded out to second his last time up, will look to try and get on base for the first time today as well. Chris Hamilton, who is averaging .313 this year. First pitch to Hamilton, and he flies this one out to center field. Is this no man's land? It is not. It is, actually. He's able to run back far enough to get out number 3, and that will end the inning. But Stanton Lettner able to tie the game up at 1, makes it able to give Stony Brook a little breathing room as we now head to the top of the 4th. There's a pop-up over to center field, so it'll be a P8. Stanton Lettner getting his first home run of the year that's able to tie this game up. Looks like UMBC was starting to gain a little momentum of their own as the pitching of Reed Salai was looking fine until that very moment on the full count pitch when Lettner really drove it deep over to left center field. So with both teams knotted up at 1, we head to the 4th inning, just pretty much at the halfway point now of game 1. It's amazing how fast this game is going, and like I said, we'll be ready for action for game 2 at the conclusion of game 1. So I think they may start to give a little breathing room too for Sam Turcotte because he was behind after his team was trailing 1-0. Lettner able to tie things up and give them some little more chances to start getting some more momentum down. To break down the momentum, Lettner hasn't really been hitting that much for the Seawolves this year, and he's averaging 182. So now we head to the top of the 4th inning with both teams knotted up at 1. You get Michael Cilio, who had a sacrifice fly his last time up that's given the Retrievers their lone run of the game as of now. Turcotte with 47 pitches so far. The 48th pitch is a curveball in the outside corner for ball 1. The 1-0, the fastball down low for ball 2. Turcotte is one of the hottest pitchers on the team, makes up a really big starting rotation for the Seawolves that looks good every weekend. The 2-0, and the check swing didn't go around. It was on the outside corner, and it's ball 3.
The pitch was a strike. Should have been a strike.
3-0 coming up, the windup and the throw, and the curveball down low for a called strike. Well, that time almost looked like it could have been down low away from the strike zone for ball 4, but keeps Cilio at the plate. The 3-1, and the curveball down the middle for a called strike, count now 3-2.
Let's go, Turk, all the way back.
We saw this earlier before. I think it was for Lettner when he was ahead 3-0, then it was a full count. He got a home run, but can Cilio do the same thing? Full count pitch, the curveball, and it's grounded over to shortstop. Lettner picks it up. He'll take the throw over to Hamilton, and he makes the catch for out number 1. Lettner able to make it a 6-3 with 1 away.
The third baseman, number 1, Nolan Charlton.
Stony Brook looking pretty good so far with their fielding. That has helped them stay hot in this game, and we'll see whether or not it continues to keep this game all knotted up and close. First pitch is a called strike on the curveball. Charlton, 0-1. Now the 0-1, and the fastball outside for ball 1. Charlton lined out to second to shortstop his last time up. Didn't have enough speed, it was taking a little bit of air. The 1-1, the curveball down the middle for a called strike, 1-2. Turcotte with 3 strikeouts in this game. Make it 4, but actually no. Charlton was able to get a piece of the ball and goes behind him. Count stays at 1-2. Charlton really tried to put everything into what was a curveball that went down low. Now the 1-2. This ball goes down the dirt for ball 2. This time Charlton doesn't look at it. Now the 2-2. The curveball, and he grounds it over to third. Picked up by Giordano. The throw over to Hamilton in time for another out. They're 5-3 for the Seawolves with 2 away. So now Maceda is up to bat. Maceda in his last time up was struck out by Turcotte. For Maceda, this is his first action of the season. The first pitch to Maceda, the fastball in the outside corner for a called strike, 0-1. The 0-1, the curveball down low in the dirt for ball 1. Well, for Stony Brook, they have faced early deficits this season, but they've been able to come back. And today it looks like they're able to prove it to be another example. The 1-1. This ball is fouled out of play. And it almost looked like there was a chance for Durkin to try and make a run at it. But, as I said, out of play, along the right field line, the count now 1-2. Now the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3 called. Turcotte gets his 4th strikeout of the game, and that will retire the side. A 1-2-3 inning for Sam Turcotte, and we head to the top. Head to the bottom of the 4th inning, with both teams still knotted up at 1. So Turcotte was having early trouble in the top of the 1st inning, where after the first pitch of the game was a ground out for the Retrievers. It followed through for Roberts getting a double, Diaz and Torres forcing a walk, Celio able to get a sacrifice fly that brought in the only run of the game for the Retrievers so far, and now he has started to cool things down by being able to force groundouts, lineouts, and strikeouts. Turcotte has also had himself some early trouble this season where eventually the batters are able to bail him out. If only Jacob DeGrom would have his team be able to do the same thing. Mets are in action today after their game against Colorado yesterday was snowed out. Not that these postponements to start the season have been rough enough for the Mets. And the start for the Yankees, yeah, I guess nobody really wants to get too much into that.
Leading off for the Seawolves, the catcher, number 45, John Tuchillo.
So we now head to the bottom of the 4th inning with both teams knotted up at 1. Zach Wilson here, 12:46 right now along the East Coast, as John Tuchillo will come up to bat. He grounded out to the pitcher the last time up when it hit off of Salada. The first pitch to Tuchillo is a curveball way inside for ball 1. And now the 1-0, and he hits this one over to right field, going back near the warning track, and the catch is made by Maceda for out number 1. He was chasing that one for a little while, but was able to make a catch on it with his glove, 1 away. I appreciate the effort for Maceda. He was running. If he didn't chase that one, then that could have been an extra base hit for Tuchillo. So now Paradine's up to bat. He grounded out to first unassisted his last time up. Designated hitter in today's game 1. The first pitch, a curveball in the inside corner for called strike, 0-1. Now the 0-1, another curveball. This one goes down low for ball 1. The 1-1, ball that goes down low for ball 2. Evan Fox is up next. The 2-1, and he hits this one deep out to left field, and this is going to be away from Diaz, and that will fall for an extra base hit. Paradine making his move over to second. The throw is not in time. And Paradine gets the second hit of the game for the Seawolves, and he finds himself on second with a double. Nice little smacker from Paradigm. Went deep enough out to left field to stay on the right side of the left field line. Ian Diaz out there couldn't chase it in time. So now with Stony Brook in scoring position for the first time today, Evan Fox up to bat, who grounded out to shortstop his last time up. See if he has a chance to bring Paradigm home. First pitch to Fox. It's a curve ball down low for a called strike, 0-1. That could have gone either way. Redeals, and the curveball on the inside corner was breaking. Is ball one. Almost looked like something I thought Fox would have had a chance to try and go for. Fox, at 5'9", plays at infield from Ballston Spa, New York. Went to Ballston Spa High School. The 1-1, and he hits this one deep out to left field, going along the warning track, and it's a foul ball. If that would have hit the foul post, then that would have counted as a home run. Just close. Diaz also missed that opportunity this time, but he's lucky that didn't stay in the field of play. Fox would have liked that one back. We get ourselves a very quick mound visit as Ryan will come over to Reed to talk things over. Stony Brook with a man on second and 1 out. Has a chance for the base hit to take the lead. Here in the bottom of the 4th inning, Zach Wilson on the call. Thank you for choosing WSB Sports on YouTube live stream to listen in on Stony Brook baseball. Fox on the 1-2 from Salada. Here's the throw, and the curveball in the outside corner for ball 2. Paradigm looking to stay where he is. Fox won America East Rookie of the Week back to begin March. The 2-2, and he grounds this one over. He hits over to right field, and that's going to be another incredible catch made by Masita for out number 2. He chases this one, and he has to extend his left arm, apparently, to make the out. And that keeps Paradigm at second. He's able to prevent a possible go-ahead run for the Seawolves. Another F9, and now John LaRocca up to bat, who grounded out to shortstop his last time up. Righty versus lefty, and we have ourselves another mound visit. We're looking to see whether or not this might be a possible pitching change. But I wouldn't imagine it yet. Of course, Reed Salada has had some trouble with the last few batters, but he has kept himself pretty calm with where he is right now. This game is still tied up at 1, so I don't see any reason yet to take him out, unless, of course, he starts giving up some more hits. It will depend on what he does with John LaRocca here with 2 out. So far for Reed Salada, he has been able to make it through 3 2/3 of an inning with 54 pitches thrown, allowing 2 hits, an ER, and a walk, along with getting a couple of strikeouts. Salada is staying at the mound. Second mound visit over, John LaRocca will finally be able to get himself up to bat. For LaRocca, he won America East Player of the Week back on March 1st, after getting a game-winning RBI double in the 6th inning in a Stony Brook debut against Sacred Heart. So from Reed, the first pitch to LaRocca, and he swings and misses for a called strike for strike 1. Wolf Salada wants to get himself out of trouble. He's going to have to look to find a way to get back that fire he had in the first 2 innings of pitching. The 0-1, the ball goes down the dirt for ball 1, and Paradigm making this move over to third, not in time. And so Paradigm is able to make it to third base off of a wild pitch. Pretty impressive move by Paradigm. 2 outs, you don't know if that was the best move you want to make, but it does eventually pay off. So man now at third. The 1-1, fastball on the outside corner up high for ball 2. So Paradigm is 90 feet away from giving the Seawolves their first lead of the game. The 2-1 to LaRocca, and he hits this one out to left field. Diaz right under it, able to make the catch, and that will end the inning. So after Paradigm is able to make it all the way to third, he is stranded there by Salada, and we will head to the top of the 5th inning with this game still knotted up at 1. So we now head to the 5th inning. At the top we go with UMBC up to bat. Both teams knotted up at 1. Tritho on the first pitch is a fly out to center field. LaRocca can't make the catch. It goes ahead of him. It'll be an extra base hit. It'll be a deep throw over to second, but not in time, as the first pitch for Tritho is a double.
The catcher, number 39, Jack Ryan.
So pretty quick to start things off. Tritho finding a good open edge out deep to center field. Looked like LaRocca had a good chance to make the catch, but at the last second, it was just way over his head. And so it's a little much of a change now as we get ourselves a pinch runner for the Retrievers. They bring out Tritho after he did his part by getting over to second.
Pinch runner for UMBC, number 14, Peter Godric.
So now with that, you get Peter Godric, the junior, off to second. We'll see if he can have the chance to use his speed eventually if there's any hit made to try and put UMBC back up. So now Jake Ryan is back up to bat. He singled his last time up, and we get ourselves a quick time. Jack Ryan it is, who is averaging .333 this year. Last season, his first season with the Retrievers, played in 4 games, went 1 of 4 from the plate with a .250 average, with his lone hit coming off with a double against Charlotte back on February 22nd last year. Righty versus righty. Bunch showing, and it's cleanly thrown, picked up by Turca, and it'll be a throw over to Hamilton for out number 1, but it does move Godric over to third with 1 out. So a pretty smart move, it would look like for the time being, on UMBC's part, because with 1 out, Godric is now 90 feet away from putting the Retrievers back on top. So now we return to the top of the batting order to Christian Easley, and the first pitch to him is a fastball up high for ball 1. The 1-0, the curveball in the inside corner for ball 2. Easley is 0-2 today, both times at bat, grounded out to short. Christian Easley at the top of the batting order, you gotta figure he needs to start doing something. The 2-0, he has hit, but it's fouled away behind him for 2-1. For Christian Easley, he's looking to try and keep a little momentum on his side. The 2-1, the curveball down to low for a called strike, 2-2. Almost looked like he could have had a chance to hit the dirt, but it must have gone well enough into the strike zone for the ump to say a strike. So now the count now 2-2. Here's the 2-2, and he hits this one deep out to left field. Cleanly under it, the left fielder makes the catch. It's Fox. They'll try to throw over to home. Could they have a chance? And not in time as it goes past Paradigm. And the sacrifice fly works again for the Retrievers, and they retake a 1-run lead. 11 Fox being able to make a clean catch, but just doesn't get enough as he's not able to get enough strength over to Paradigm to try and get him out. So now we got Roberts back up to bat for the Retrievers, but nobody on and 2 out. First pitch to Roberts. He'll foul behind him for an 0-1. Here's the 0-1. The fastball down low for called strike. 0-2. Here's the 0-2. A curveball down low for ball 1. Ian Diaz will be up next. Here's the 1-2, and he hits this ball out to the right field, and right under is Durkin, and he makes the catch, and that will retire the side. But another sacrifice fly for the Retrievers gives them back a 2-1 lead, and we'll now head to the bottom of the 5th inning, where the Retrievers have a 1-run lead. An hour has gone by in this game.
Come on, fellas. Get it started, Brad. Let's go.
Leading off for the Seawolves, the second base.
So we now head to the bottom of the 5th inning here at Joe Nathan Field. Sacrifice fly from UMBC, able to give them back a 1-run lead. And so now we got Brett Paulson batting first for the Seawolves in the bottom of the 5th inning. See if the Seawolves can try and respond once again. 7th inning game here in game 1. Solana still at the mound. The first pitch to Paulson as he fouls it on along the right field line for 0-1. Now here's the 0-1. He fouls this one again along the right field line behind the Stony Brook dugout. 0-2. Another foul ball, 0-2. For Brett Paulson, he was responsible for being able to deliver a walk-off squeeze bunt in the 10th inning in the Seawolves' last game against the Hartford Hawks on April 3rd. He was also able to produce a game-tying RBI single in the 9th inning that kept Stony Brook with a chance to win the game, in which they did. The 0-2, and he grounds this one over to Solana. He makes a clean catch. He'll get the throw over to Torres for out number 1. It's another 1-3 for the Retrievers. That's the second time today. So now Cole Durkin will be up to bat. Struck out his last time up. Only 2 hits for Stony Brook so far in this game. First pitch to Durkin, and he hits this one deep out to left field. That's going to go for a foul ball. Goes out of the field of play. Count now 0-1. The 0-1, fastball outside for ball 1. Looked pretty tough right there. So already dealing the 1-1, curveball outside for ball 2. And now the 2-1. Swing and a miss, a foul tip, 2-2.
Hit that way, Cole. Hit that way.
Seawolves haven't really seen too much success from the top of the batting order yet today. The 2-2, and a swing and a miss. Strike 3 is called. Another foul tip. That'll be out number 2. Now the third strikeout for Reed Salada in this game. He had himself a little trouble before, but now he looks like he's been able to get out of it. That's just a thing. And also we got a little better weather, so that'll probably give both pitchers a comfortable feeling. So, now we head to the bottom of the batting order. Stanton Lettner up to bat. Homered his last time up. And he hits this one out of play along the right field line for foul ball. It's because of Lettner that there is a run for the Seawolves in this game. The 0-1, showing bunt. He holds it back, and the ball is a ball. One of the best accomplishments for Lettner this year is a game-tying leadoff home in the top of the 9th. The 1-1 flies it out to right field. Is this in the field of play? And a sliding catch made. And that 1-2-3 inning as he's able to keep the Retrievers up 2-1 as we now head to the top of the 6th.
Leading off for the Retrievers, the left fielder, number 28, Ian Diaz.
So we now head to the top of the 6th inning with the Retrievers leading 2-1 as Ian Diaz will be up to bat. Singled his last time up. Sam Turcotte still at the mound for the Seawolves, trying to stay in the game for as long as he can. If hopefully the Seawolves will try and strike back and try to take the lead eventually. The first pitch to Diaz, curveball inside, up high, ball 1. Now the 1-0, the curveball down low for ball 2. The 2-0, check swing, didn't go around, ball 3. Diaz is already ahead of Turcotte on a quick 3-0. Now here's the pitch, and he hits this one along the left field line. That's going to go foul. Well, Diaz broke the cardinal rule. You don't usually swing on a 3-0 pitch. Usually you just let it be. I mean, who knows if on that pitch that would have been ball 4, but Diaz wanted to take a chance at that. I think he's got good vision. It's giving him a 1-1 look today. And the 3-1, check swing, didn't go around, but it's down the middle for strike number 2. Behind 3-0, it's now 3-2 for Turcotte. Here's the throw, and Diaz fouls it behind him. Count remains full. Would worry sometimes they would hit us, but the ropes help us unless it goes high up in the air. Now the full count again. The curveball got him looking. Diaz frozen. Does not understand that call. And now the 5th strikeout for Turcotte. Retires to first here in the top of the 6th. So after Turcotte was quickly behind 3-0, he's able to get it back by being able to make a strikeout. So Torres will be up to bat. The first pitch is a curveball down low for ball 1. You are bound to see some calls that could be questionable according to the fans, but that's how the game does roll. Here's the 1-0. Another curveball in the dirt for ball 2. Now the 2-0. And he hits this one as a fly out to right field. And it looks like it's going to be a foul ball. Couldn't tell at first where that was going as the sun was nearly blinding as well as the ropes, but it did go out of play right before it had a chance to be a home run. So the count now 2-1. Showing bunt, he did make a hit on that, and so it'll be strike 2. Count is now 2-2. 108 with UMBC up 2-1. Here's the throw, and the swing and a miss. Strike 3 is called. 6 strikeouts now for Sam Turca, 2 away. So now Michael Cilio is up to bat. Grounded to third his last time up. Was responsible for getting the Retrievers' first run of the game after being able to get a sacrifice fly out to center field. Now the first pitch to Cilio, a fastball in the outside corner for ball 1. Stony Brook not getting too much luck with hitting today. The 1-0, the curveball down low for a called strike, 1-1. Here's the 1-1. The fastball down low for ball 2. Well, this is what it looks like. Stony Brook has 2 innings left to try and get back the hits and the runs in order to try and take back the game. Here's the 2-1. And Cilio fouls it behind him, 2-2. Cilio is 0-2 today. Now the 2-2, and the curveball inside almost got Cilio, but he was able to keep himself from getting hit. Count now full. Now the 3-2, the fastball down low for ball 4, and that will put Cilio on first. So now Charlton will come back up to bat after he grounded to third his last time up. No calls yet for concern on Sam Turca's end. It's going to take some conference teams a little while to catch up to Stony Brook because of their record. The first pitch to Charlton is a curveball for a called strike, 0-1. As I said, next best team in the conference besides Stony Brook is Maine, who is 6-5. So basically, 4.5 games ahead in first place, the Stony Brook Seawolves are. Now the 0-1, and the ball is hit over to the right center field. LaRocca under it, and Durkin that makes the catch, and that will retire the side. No runs, no hits, a walk allowed, but no runs is the most important part. Still 2-1 UMBC as we head to the bottom of the 6th. So here at Joe Nathan Field, where UMBC leads Stony Brook 2-1. Their 2 runs coming off of sacrifice flies, while for Stony Brook, their lone run coming off of Stanton Lutner with a lone home run in this game. No home run at all. As we now head to the bottom of the 6th, Stony Brook back up to bat, trying to tie the game once again as Reed Salada faces the top of the batting order. Evan Giordano up to bat. We'll see what he tries to do here as he tries to give Stony Brook a little rhythm back. Giordano, Hamilton, and Tuchillo. Let's see if they have any chance of starting to wear out Salada. Salada with 70 pitches thrown in this game, and the first pitch is called strike, 0-1. Now the 0-1, the ball is hit, and is it going to be a foul ball? And it looks like it will be a foul out. It's going to be courtesy of Torres getting out number 1.
The first baseman, number 3, Chris Hamilton.
So 2 pitches into the bottom of the 6th for Reed Salati is able to force an out on Giordano. And now Chris Hamilton up to bat. First pitch, curveball on the outside for a called strike, 0-1. The 0-1, curveball that goes down low in the dirt for ball 1. The 1-1, he hits this one, a line out over to left field. That's going to fall for a base hit. Hamilton makes it to first. He'll stay there. And the game-tying run is now on base.
25, John Tuccillo.
That's the type of hit that the Seawolves desperately needed. Just their 3rd hit of this game here in the bottom of the 6th. Game 1 here is 7 innings, with Game 2 at 9 innings. So there's not too many opportunities left for the Seawolves to try and get some hits that could lead to runs. See if they have a chance as John Tuccillo up to bat. Flew out to right field his last time up. First pitch, curveball in the inside corner for ball 1. Reed Salati getting through 5 1/3 of an inning so far with 3 hits and a run allowed. The 1-0, he hits this one out deep to left field, and that's going to stay fair along the right field line. It's an extra base hit. Hamilton moving over to 3rd. He's being waved. He'll go over to home. It's a game-tying RBI double for John Tuccillo, and we are knotted up at 2. Chris Hamilton being able to deliver a bullet that stays just along the right side of the left field line. What an amazing hit. Hamilton able to deliver it big time. Tuccillo, actually. Hamilton is able to come home. And that continues to keep the wheels churning. And that looks like it's going to end the day for Reed Salati, as Tuccillo is now on 2nd. He is the go-ahead run. And so we get ourselves the pitching change for the first time in this ball game. Some opening to the first 3 batters of the bottom of the 6th. Stony Brook needs some answers, and answers they just got from their first few batters of the starting lineup. And it could be even bigger as Evan Fox is up to bat. With a base hit from him, he could most likely bring Tuccillo home. That could really start to set things in motion. Stony Brook wanted to try and crack back. This is a real big spot. It's now for the pitching change for the Retrievers. It's number 35, Shane Gorman.
Now pitching for UMBC, number 36, Tyler McDonald.
It's actually number 36 in Tyler McDonald, apparently. Well, 36, 35, they're usually pretty close. For Tyler McDonald, let's take a look to the stats of him. We wait to pick up the right type of stats. Tyler McDonald, in his 7th appearance of the year, does have a 2-0 record with 6 strikeouts and been able to make it through 11 innings, has a .82 ERA. He comes to Baltimore from Herkimer Community College as a transfer. He was named to the high honor roll and the principals list. He was able to make it through 4 no-hit innings with 7 strikeouts in the rivalry game against Hudson Valley Community College. He's also helped them make the JUCO World Series 2 years ago. Waiting to see whether or not he has had anything at all this year. According to the 2020-21 season, he has allowed 6 hits and 1 ER, while making 6 strikeouts and 5 walks. So, with that pitching change, Paradigm now up to bat with a big chance here to try and put the Seawolves ahead for the first time today. Paradigm doubled his last time up and made it to 3rd on a wild pitch. The base hit could probably bring home Tuchillo and give Stony Brook the lead. It's all tied up at 2 after a Hamilton RBI double. First pitch, the curveball down the middle for a called strike, 0-1. It was Tuchillo that brought Hamilton home. See whether or not McDonald's able to clean up the work of Reed Salada after he finishes up the day. Taking a look at second. The throw. Check swing did not go around. Ball 1. Salada finishes up the day with 77 pitches thrown, allowing 4 hits, 2 runs, a walk, and gets 3 strikeouts, while facing 21 batters. From McDonald, the 1-1. Runner goes. It's a foul ball. So much for Tuchillo moving over to third. Count now 1-2. Evan Fox is up next. Just a little quick time before. Now Paradigm's ready. Count is 1-2 as we're all tied up at 2. Tuchillo at second. Here's the throw, and he hits this one. It's flat. It's popped out to second, out to right field, and under it, the catch is made by the second baseman, and that was Cilio for out number 2. That's a big spot for the Retrievers. So it'll be P4, and now Evan Fox will be at bat. He is 0-2 today. Flew out to right field his last time up. It's 1:20 right now in the East Coast. Game 2 will happen a little while after the end of the Game 1. For McDonald, the first pitch. Fastball down low for a called strike, 0-1. Fox looking ready against McDonald, trying to get a base hit with a chance to bring it home to Tuchillo. He thought about McDonald thought about looking over to second. However, there's nobody close enough. Cilio was the closest to second, but he wasn't far enough to try to have a chance to pick off Tuchillo. McDonald will get himself ready again. Ahead of Fox 0-1. The throw. A fastball way outside for ball 1. And luckily enough for Ryan to be able to make that catch. Otherwise, that would have allowed Tuchillo to make to third eventually. Counts now 1-1. McDonald taking more time at the mound than Salada did today. The 1-1, the curveball, and he fouls this one, and it looks like it'll be out of play, and it hits our bleachers. Almost looks like there could have been a chance for Ryan to make a catch, but it just fouled out of play at the last second. Count now 1-2. It was right in front of some people. And thanks to the sun, we were able to see exactly where it was. Both teams with 2 runs and 4 hits in this game. I was wondering if we'll see extra innings unless somebody is able to make it through the 7th inning, unless something happens here. The 1-2 to Fox, and he grounds this one along the left side of the left field line for a foul ball. Count remains 1-2. McDonald has seen some bright spots this season, and this could probably give him a chance if he can try and get out of this inning when trying to pick up Salada's work. John LaRocca will be up next. The 1-2, runner goes, and he hits this ball out deep to left center field. Right under it, is it no man's land? No. Oh, it's dropped by the center fielder, and Tuchillo comes home. It's an RBI, I believe. Probably going to go down as an E8 that brings home Tuchillo, and the Seawolves have their first lead of the game. They are up 3-2. Just unfortunate for Christian Easley. If he got that catch, then this would have been over already this inning. And we would be heading to the top of the 7th, all tied up at 2. But instead, it goes down, as I said, an error on Easley that brings home to Chillo. It allows Fox to go to first safely. Unbelievable. Like the wind had something to do with it at the last second. So now John LaRocca's up now. The first pitch to him, and it goes off of his right leg. That does go right into the infield, so that will go down as a foul ball. 0-1.
Let's go, Rocky.
I don't know how much more unfortunate that could have been for UMBC, because now that puts Stony Brook in a position at the top of the 7th to try and win this game. I don't know how more unfortunate it could have been for them. Just hard enough. Pickoff attempt at first, unsuccessful. For John LaRocca, he is 0-2 today. He flew out to left field his last time up. Another pickoff attempt. This one looked pretty close, but once again, Fox is safe at first. 1:24 in the East Coast. Stony Brook with their first lead of the game. They're up 3-2 against UMBC. It's an 0-1 right now for Evan Fox against Tyler McDonald, with Evan Fox at first. John LaRocca is at bat. The 0-1 to LaRocca, and he hits this ball out deep to left field. Under it is Diaz going near the warning track. This time the catch is made cleanly, and that will end the inning. But an RBI double from Chris Hamilton and an EA that Fox is able to cash in on, bringing home to Chillo. The Seawolves are up 3-2, and they are just a half inning away from taking game 1 of the doubleheader as we now enter the top of the 7th. Sam Turcotte returning to the mound, looking to try and complete business here by putting up another complete game of the season. So, to the top of the 7th we go, with the Seawolves 3 outs away from taking game 1 of this doubleheader. Sam Turcotte at the mound again as he faces off against Masida. First pitch, curveball down the middle for a called strike, 0-1. Masida struck out in his first 2 at-bats of the game against Turcotte. The 0-1, the fastball down low in the dirt for ball 1. This is where drama starts to build here at Joe Nathan Field. Costly error that Evan Fox is able to force. The 1-1, and the curveball, a huge swing and a miss. Strike 2. Turcotte with 6 strikeouts in this game so far. Been able to try and last longer than Reed Salata did. The 1-2, and the check swing. Did he go around? No. He is called safe, and that's ball 2. A huge sigh of relief from Masida. Christian is trying to keep himself working as long as he can. Now the 2-2, and he hits this ball. This one's going to be in the field of play. Is Hamilton looking at it? And he makes the unassisted catch for out number 1. P3. And now Trithel returns to bat. The number 8 hitter and the designated hitter who got a double his last time up and was responsible for being able to cash in on the sacrifice fly by Christian Easley. First pitch, a curveball down low for a called strike, 0-1. With the Seawolves facing the bottom of the batting order against the Retrievers, a huge opportunity for Turcotte to close the deal in game 1. The 0-1, the fastball in the outside corner for ball 1.
Come on!
Tensions continuing to get high as we are probably nearing the critical point of the game. The 1-1, a swing and a miss, strike 2. don't get this much more difficult for the Retrievers. Luke Trifle trying to give a little hope. The 1-2, and he grounds this one softly over to Turcotte. He'll make the throw over to Hamilton, and that's a 1-3 for out number 2. The Retrievers are down to their final out. So another play that goes over to Hamilton where he finishes off the business, and now all the hope for UMBC rests on Jack Ryan. A home run would tie this game right up, and there would be no bigger spot from him than right here. He is 1 of 2. Grounded out to Turcotte his last time up. The first pitch to Ryan, a curveball just up high for ball 1. The 1-0, the fastball down low for ball 2. This is the hope right now for Jack Ryan. He's able to force Turcotte behind 2-0. The windup and the throw, and he grounds this one over to Lautner. He's able to pick it up. The throw over to Hamilton in time, and the ball game is over. Sam Turcotte with a complete game with a big 2-run bomb of the 6th inning for the Seawolves, and they close up business in Game 1 as they defeat the Retrievers in a come-from-behind fashion, 3-2. A huge, big bomb of the 6th inning that the Seawolves really found themselves thankful for, as Chris Hamilton able to get the RBI double. Actually, it was John Tuchillo that got the RBI double that brought Chris Hamilton home, and then afterwards, Evan Fox being able to get to first on an error on Christian Easley that brought home Tuchillo, and that was the game-winning run. Sam Turcotte finishing off with an exceptional day as he finishes off with 105 pitches thrown, making it through a full 7-inning Game 1 performance, allowing 4 hits, 2 ERs, 3 walks, and 6 strikeouts. This is part of what Sam Turcotte is known for the most. He gets credit for the win today, and there's no reason why he does not deserve it in any way. After everything that he has done to start the season and in his senior year, he has looked so exceptional with everything that he's done. It wasn't a huge hitting day at first for Stony Brook. They had the same number of hits as the Retrievers in Game 1, which was 4 hits, but it was the lone error of the game that really proved to be quite the difference. So with that, the Seawolves will move to 12-2, 16-8 overall. Their 12-2 record is in the conference play. That keeps things looking pretty good for them, and they will now be prepared in a little while for Game 2, where Jared Milch will be the starting pitcher. So that will just about do. We're about to sign off here on the live stream of YouTube, but thank you for listening in. If you were, once again, your final score here in Game 1, Sam Turcotte giving the Seawolves a 3-2 win over their conference rival in the UMBC Retrievers. UMBC falls to 7-9 in conference play, and we'll be sure to let you know on Twitter when the next game will be, and for that, we will be on the